guys. On Twitter, when I was working at the public store, I announced I was working on a movie called, I think it's called Confessions of a Murderer, Confessions of a Psychopath, it was Confessions of a Serial Killer. It is done, but I'm not releasing it for one major fucking reason. When I was writing this script and when I was shooting the fucking movie, I didn't realize how uncomfortable it would be watching it. I know you're saying, "Oh, that's a good thing. It creates emotion," but trust me when I say that I made a really fucked up movie that I really don't want you guys to see. I don't want that kind of image to be what you guys think of me as a filmmaker. That's something I don't want. I mean, I got done with the filming process. I didn't even star in the soundtrack, which ain't fucking happening no more. Um, Shit, we wasted about $1,000 worth of fake blood and, you know, props. That's all down the fucking tube. The story is, it took literally about 3 months to film. At that time, I was working a part-time job. I had plenty of time to shoot this movie. It was a 50-minute style found footage film where I was talking to the camera, and you could tell I was mentally distressed. It was meant to be a confession of a serial killer before he commits suicide. And inside it, he leaves evidence of what he did using shots that I filmed of the killings taking place. So I got done with the movie. I'm like, okay, I want to get some opinions on this because I was going to release this on YouTube, and I was really excited for you guys to see this. I showed a few buddies of mine, buddies that I trust, who know what I'm capable of as a filmmaker. I made a few short films in high school that they loved. They legit told me, don't put this out. Do not put this shit out, man. And I'm like, okay, why? He's like, first off, YouTube wouldn't allow this to be on there. And I mean, it was gory as shit. I'm like, okay, well, we can tone down the violence. That's not a big deal. I can edit that shit out if that's necessary. I mean, it's gonna suck. I don't want to sacrifice art, but whatever. He's like, that's not the main issue here, man. The main issue is that this movie's really fucked up and it's gonna leave a bad impression on you as a filmmaker. And going back to watch it, it just felt like I made a splatter film, which that was not the point of that movie. I wanted to make a movie showcasing how mentally unscrewed a psychopath can be. I wanted to make something awesome, but it turns out I really went too far with the violence and gore. That I went to try to make Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer to Hostel, and that's not what I wanted to make at all. With Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer, yes, it was gruesome, but it was a very emotionally powerful movie. Instead, I made something like Hostel, nonsense violence. It was just, it sucks. Trust me, and it sucked deleting the movie because I really wanted you guys to see it, and I mean, I guess I could just get you guys excited for something else that I'm working on, which is going to be a unique style horror film because I do want to work on horror. Horror is one of the hardest genres to do, that and comedy, but I think horror is a little bit harder because you see a lot of directors rely on jump scares to get an audience to feel comfortable, but I remember back in the 80s, well, I watched a lot of 80s horror film, when they always did innovative and unique things with their horror films. Hell, it could be shitty, but, do you get a Summer Party Massacre anymore? No. Do you get Sleepaway Camp anymore? No. You don't get those kind of horror movies like that anymore. Do you get The Thing anymore? Hell no. I want to make something unique and awesome. So I had an idea. I was watching Friday the 13th, Part 6, my favorite Friday film. I got to thinking, why hasn't nobody done a first-person slasher film? Why? It's a genius idea. Bring the terror to face, you know? I mean, I already own 3 GoPros, 4K, 60 frame per second GoPros. They were awesome looking, trust me, I've already seen what it looks like. It's perfect for filmmaking. And I thought, I'm going to be moving near a place with some heavily wooded areas. I know I work with a guy who was 6'8". And I know me and 2 other friends who can be in this movie. Hell, I could bring in more. And then I remember, that could work. And shit, since I'm about to launch my fucking studio website here in about January of 2022, I can put that out there for free for you guys to watch. Just promote it. Let you guys know it's there. And I can have it set in the 80s. I'm just playing, it's going to be set in modern day, but I want to give it an 80s aesthetic, like a synthwave soundtrack that I'm going to make myself, and you know, I really want this to be cool. I want this to be like an homage to 80s slashers, but with a modern twist. There's going to be no cell phones. I want to make sure that shit's cut out immediately. I don't want them calling for help. Fuck that. I want them to be stranded. I want myself to be stranded. It's going to be fun. And it's not going to be a short film. I want to make sure this bitch is about an hour and a half. I want this to be awesome. I want this to be great. And I'm probably going to start filming sometime next year. I cannot wait to do this kind of movie. This is something I've been wanting to do for a long time. Hopefully, you guys like it. I mean, I'm hoping that everyone likes it. It's going to be something weird and unique and kind of cool. It's going to be like the Maniac remake. Have you ever seen that? If you remember, Maniac was like an old school like cult film that got remade with Elijah Wood that was amazing. Basically, you saw everything through his eyes. I kind of want to do that, but instead of looking through the killer's eyes, you look through the camper's eyes. And I can't wait, dude. It's going to be so awesome. Hopefully I can get filming permits to film. Because I don't want to film illegally, and that wouldn't be fun. But anyways, guys, that's it for me. I'll be working for 4 days. This is a little update. So, later, guys.